going, yeah, I'm a little out and open, so come get it.
I'm going to get it.
He's going to open the pod like this, and then people are going to unironically think we're
Yeah, you're not wrong.
rolling. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Storyworks podcast. I'm your host, Zac Andrew.
I'm your co-host, Andrew Hall.
And we're here today to talk about some more dope-ass video games that we've been playing recently.
We've been gaming.
A couple little gamer boys. Still taking a slight break from movies. You know, we've been gaming. We've been hitting the games hard.
Gotta let the market resaturate, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Crazy stuff happening in film right now, though, with the writers' strike.
Yes, as of yesterday.
Wild. We might see kind of like late night shows are shutting down for sure.
They're all gone.
We're probably going to see some delays in like
Just regular
seasons,
productions
things
of
coming
shows.
out. Yeah.
I know Severance Season 2 is filming right now.
They are.
And they were filming as of a couple of days ago, at least. And they were supposed to be like wrapped up by like May or June, I think, but I don't know how that's going to go now.
Yeah. You never know how it's going to affect all aspects of the industry, really. Because I've heard talks of at the Greater Cleveland Film Commission here in Cleveland, where we're at, we've heard talks of maybe an actor's strike following,
Like in solidarity.
something like that. So, gonna have to keep an eye out on what's going on with kind of future productions coming out here. But
The last time there was like a huge Writers Guild strike, it was like,
I think 15 years ago.
I was gonna say it was like the mid 2000s, right?
Yeah. Yep. I don't remember it affecting me too much personally at the time. I probably wasn't.
We were still pretty young.
Yeah. We were early high school, I think.
Like there was a show that I didn't even watch it until after it had already ended.
Yeah.
But there's a show that was on NBC called Heroes
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
about people who like.
I always heard about that show.
It's good. It gets pretty like, you know, convoluted. There's, you know, like one of the characters, they're all just people in this world. It's just Earth, but people have superpowers.
Yeah.
But they're like kind of hidden. And one of the characters just has space-time manipulation. Like he can
dope.
teleport and he can time travel.
That's dope.
But he like can't really control it a whole lot.
Okay. I was going to be like, is there a downside to this? Because that's like,
so like the first
dude.
The first season, and then one of the like the main female character from the first season.
Yeah.
She appears throughout the rest of the show, but she's like the main focus of the first season. She's this cheerleader who like, she's like Wolverine basically.
I've heard about her.
She can't die.
Yeah.
She like the first time we see her, she like sticks her arm into a garbage disposal just to like test it.
That's kind of horrific. Holy shit.
And the dude that has like the teleportation and time travel powers accidentally goes into the future.
Yeah.
And he gets this like he meets this dude from the future that he'll eventually meet in the past or like in the present or whatever, that tells him save the cheerleader, save the world. And there's like a fucking like New York has been like affected by like a nuclear bomb essentially.
Holy crap, dude. I did not know the scope of this show.
That's just the first season.
I felt like it was more Smallville. That's what I like.
I think it kind of,
I
mean, it gets kind of like, I've never watched Smallville, but I think like it has that kind of, there's a growing cast as the show goes on, and they try to give each character like their own things to do.
Right.
Because like there's like a detective that they introduce who's like, he's a telepath. He's the dude, he's in Star Wars. He's in the like episode 7.
Okay.
He's one of like the new TIE fighters. Like not TIE fighters, like X-Wing pilots or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think he's one of the ones that survives.
Gotcha.
I can't remember what his name was in the show or in the movie.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen episode 7 too.
Yeah. But yeah, Heroes was super good. But that show, I guess, like got hit really, really hard by the writers' strike last time.
Yeah. Okay.
It ended up like killing the show because they had to like rewrite some like I think they ended up rewriting some of the final season or something like that.
Yeah.
And it ended up kind of giving it a not super great ending. It kind of ended on a not it's not like Game of Thrones level.
Oh, yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, right.
But it definitely like was a weaker ending. Like a weaker season in comparison to the rest of the prior seasons.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's kind of hard to top Game of Thrones, man. I don't even want to talk about it. We're not even going to talk about it.
It just hurts. It just hurts me.
That's all.
It just hurts me, man.
It's
How do you drop the ball that hard?
Many years of my life, many hours. Lots of heavy college hours spent binging the first few seasons to catch up.
Like,
it hurts.
Why do you think I came all this way?
Stop. Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. We're done. I can't do this. I can't do this anymore.
What if
I don't want to be around anymore.
I don't even want to be around anymore. You're saying that you don't want to lead Westeros anymore because you're the three-eyed raven? Maybe.
Ouch.
Dude, next month, I think you should leave season 3.
Holy shit, I'm so excited. For anybody following.
I can't wait.
You know that we drop I think you should leave references all the time. In fact, we can't stop.
We can't stop.
We can't.
It's impossible.
It's a great fucking show.
It's so good.
One of the most quotable shows I've ever seen in my life.
Extremely quotable. Tim Robinson is a comedy genius.
Oh my God. What a man. Season 3 coming soon. We'll see.
We're all trying to find the guy who did this.
My God. All right, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about that because it's just a big Hollywood thing.
Yeah, it's a
right now,
pretty crazy thing.
So we'll see what happens with that going forward.
See what the fallout is.
But today we are talking about games. We talked a little bit about Jedi Survivor last week when we just had a few hours of gameplay. We've both progressed a little bit more since then. So I just kind of wanted to start off because we said we'd let you guys know how our progress is going. So how's it going for you, man?
Well, I have finished the game.
Yeah, dude.
I beat it.
Woo!
Like last night, I beat it.
No spoilers, but just try and just give me some thoughts here. Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought the story was good. I've been seeing people say that the story is kind of weak.
It's not truly like I'm on the cusp of the story revealing itself.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
So I don't know the entire thing, but yeah, continue.
Like the Empire isn't like a major threat for the majority of the game.
Yeah.
It's mostly about this other group of like raiders. Some of the story beats people thought I think were predictable. But I mean Star Wars is kind of like predictable.
It can be predictable. There's so much Star Wars content.
Like they literally did episode 4 twice. You could just read the movie as it was happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
That said though,
yeah.
I think Jedi Survivor is a phenomenal game. Combat is excellent. Yeah. I played through on easy, or not easy, I played through on normal, and there were only like 3 parts of the game that I got kind of stuck on.
Gotcha.
That took me a few tries.
You definitely feel, like if you're playing on normal, you feel pretty fucking powerful.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm excited to do another playthrough on a higher difficulty and see how the combat is affected. Yeah, see how perfect my parry timing has to be.
Yeah, that'll be fun. It's always fun. Like I like to just enjoy and consume the story first.
Yeah.
And then bump it up into
for sure.
Let's get to some difficulty.
When you have a game with story, absolutely. When you're playing something like Elden Ring, it doesn't matter. Like the difficulty is part of the appeal.
Very different, than this being such a narrative-driven thing. You know, it's very.
It's like God of War in a way.
It's so
and
much.
I would say that is true about the game as a whole. It's very similar to God of War.
Yeah.
In terms of combat. You can have partners that will help you and they'll, hold enemies down or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Atreus would help out Kratos in God of War.
Right. Not to the extent because they really expanded on upgrading your companions in God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, for sure.
But this one, I mean, I guess I don't know if you unlock more stuff for your companions. But
no, they really only have
the dedicated R1 square.
Like the R1 square attack. Yeah. That said, though, they can hold their own in combat pretty well.
Yeah.
They will just kill people.
Nice.
For you.
So they are helpful.
Yeah. It's nice. Characters are all super dope.
Yeah.
I love Cal Kestis.
Dude, he's a fucking real one.
Dude, he might be like, he's climbing my like favorite Jedi rankings.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Episode 6 has always been my top, and I really think that he's getting like Episode 6. Luke Skywalker is my man. It was just like he was my childhood. That was my shit.
Yeah,
the fully realized Luke Skywalker. And Cal is really getting up there. I love him in this game so much.
He is just an absolute legend.
Yeah,
dude.
It's great to see him grow and mature. I mean, he's already had to mature forcibly, in the past.
Yeah.
So,
but now he's having to deal with other things besides his trauma.
Mm-hmm. More just confronting himself as a whole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I'm finding a lot of what the cutscenes are alluding to so far is this kind of internal struggle that Cal is going through. Do I want to keep fighting this fight, or can I just...
Or, like, am I able to live?
Can I just exist?
Like, if I live, then, like, if I just go live somewhere, then what does that mean for, like, the sacrifices that were made for me?
Exactly. And that's pretty heavy in the beginning, even.
Yeah, for sure.
So I really like Cal's journey in that sense throughout this, but... Other than Cal's personal journey that you see within the story of this game, how do you feel about what other people were saying about story beats? Do you think some things fell flat, or are you fine with it? What are you feeling?
I mean, it's Star Wars, so I'm not always like, I don't go in expecting it to be like groundbreaking storytelling. Because it's Star Wars. You go in expecting dudes with laser swords.
Yes. Right.
And magic. Space magic. But I don't know. The writing worked for me.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. The characters were all really well done. They feel like older, more like more it's like a natural progression of their characters as they age.
Yeah, I can agree with that from what I've seen.
Like Grease, the pilot from the first game, he's kind of mellow. Not because he was already kind of mellow. He was always kind of a pussy, but he
easy money, baby.
Easy money. We're on Dathomir. I'm staying on the ship.
Yeah, dude. I would too, dude. Fuck Dathomir.
Fuck Dathomir.
Dathomir sucks.
But like now he's back, but he's older and he's got a new hand and he's a little bit like less confident about his piloting.
Yes. I also love the scene where like Cal boosts his confidence. They get a nice little moment in there.
It's really good. Marin, who is from the first game, she is, 5 years older, 5 years more experienced.
Yeah. 5 years of an entirely different life that she's led entirely.
Exactly. And like the growth that she has gone through, her growth.
Seer's character is really interesting in this.
Dude, she's a badass.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where it progresses.
She's fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
Bode is a cool character.
Yeah. One of the new introductions.
Yeah, he's one of the dudes that helps you out at the beginning on the first mission. He's a really cool dude. His story is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It worked pretty well for me. And then the bad guys I think are pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're bringing in a whole new era of Star Wars content into like visual media for the first time,
which I really enjoyed. As soon as
like they exist in like
out,
there's novels, I think, and then there's a couple comic books that are in like the High Republic era.
Yeah, which is it's just really exciting because it's new territory.
Yeah, yeah, and this stuff only started coming out like a year or two ago, like about the High Republic, hundreds of years before Episode 1.
Yeah, it's like the prime time of the Jedi.
Yeah,
man.
there's hundreds of Jedi. They're just peacekeeping. There's been no Sith that have been seen.
It's good times.
Yeah, but then like the characters that are introduced from that era are pretty interesting and pretty cool.
For sure. And I'm very excited to learn more about a specific one.
Yes.
Not going to give anything away.
How's it working for you? How do you feel about the game so far?
Man, I'm having such a good time.
Because I'm just kind of gushing over here.
No, yeah. I wanted to hear your thoughts since you're a little bit farther and you have a full cusp on the story. I'm really enjoying it. Like we talked about, Cal's internal journey that he's going through. I like the struggle that we're seeing in him, and I just love seeing him as this unstoppable fucking badass. He wasn't the first one too, cool. But he still felt you were still like reconnecting to your Padawan roots.
Yeah.
Like, now he's fucking in it. He is fucking doing it.
Yeah, because the first game he says to Seer that he like cut himself off from the Force because he was so traumatized by everything,
which is crazy.
And it's also a really good way to explain why you get new abilities as the game goes on.
Right. And I mean, it just starting this game out and like you have everything you had in the original.
Nice. It's so nice.
And like for you playing it like recently and then jumping into the new game, you were already fresh on all those controls.
Yep.
So you're like, I know. They don't really tell you at the beginning of this game.
They just kind of expect you to know how everything works.
Exactly. So you've already got all the previous shit mapped out.
Oh yeah. It was all in my head, man.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I love the crew in this game. I'm still getting to learn some of the new characters. Don't know too much about them, but
the cantina is cool. You get a whole ass cantina to yourself.
Yeah, instead of just having your space on the Mantis, you get a whole garden.
You get a sky garden, man.
It's cool.
You can put like a bunch of different plants down. You get like 4 of them.
Yeah. You showed me your garden, and I gotta say, impressive.
I've made it bigger.
It's bigger.
It's better.
Nice. Well, hell yeah, man. So well, you can rate it now. You've beat it. What do you give me?
I don't know, man.
You just beat it last night, so I know
I just beat it last night. It's still kind of simmering in my head.
Yeah.
I want to give it, I think, just off the top of the dome without like diving into like deeply think about it.
Yeah.
I'd probably give it like a 9.
Okay.
0.5.
Hell yeah. I love that.
This is like the quintessential Star Wars game to me.
The quintessential. Like, this is the mastery of the Star Wars game.
I've liked, like, there have been some Star Wars games. I never got to play like Jedi Knight, like the Jedi Knight games with like Kyle Katarn.
Me neither, yeah.
But I've heard those are super cool. But like for me, KOTOR 2 has always been like the Star Wars game. That was like the one that I played growing up. And then there was like The Force Unleashed was like the next one where I was like, this is sick.
Yeah, this is sick.
Like you feel like, well, I mean, you don't feel like a Jedi in that one.
Yeah, right.
But you feel like powerful with the Force. You can grab dudes and slice them up and throw them and shock their ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the most experience I have is like the first installment of Battlefront 2, the OG Battlefront 2.
We've captured a command post.
Love it.
We've lost the command post.
Hate it.
Dude, the missions where you could like hop into a starship, fly to the enemy like Star Destroyer.
I love that shit and get
out and shoot their asses. Oh,
dope as shit.
God, what a game.
So
what a
good.
Game.
Like they didn't implement, like you weren't as powerful in like as in Force Unleashed when you're just like, destroying shit. But it really felt cool, like doing heroes versus villains.
Yeah, each hero kind of has their own ability and shit. Yeah, man, Battlefront 2 is so fun. The heroes versus villain
staple.
shit.
Yeah.
It's so good.
You get like 5 force jumps.
Yeah.
And you're Yoda. You just like hop on top of shit
hop.
and just jump down on people. Great times. Great times. Had it on my PSP, man. My PlayStation
Yeah, dude.
Portable.
They made that for the PSP.
Wild. There's Steam Decks and shit now, but
yeah, there are.
Guess what? The PSP was a thing.
Put respect on its name.
It took tiny little discs that looked like GameCube discs, and I thought it was crazy.
The old UMD.
Nuts. And it was in this little plastic case. This shit was wild.
I never had a PSP.
I did, and that I literally played Battlefront 2. Like, that's mostly it. And I played the God of War games on the PSP.
How were they?
Oh, I loved them.
I don't think I ever got around to playing them.
I didn't retain as much of it because I was younger playing through it, you know?
I tried playing the one where it starts out and you're like being tortured by the Furies.
Yeah.
And you break out. I can't remember which one
Ascension?
it is. I think it's Ascension.
Okay, yeah.
Because it starts out and Kratos is like
Yeah, I think that is
chained
correct.
up, and then he immediately breaks out and starts fighting.
You can't keep Kratos chained up.
I played like that segment of the game, but I was using it was like on PlayStation Now.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, PlayStation Now. But it was like not really super playable because it was like you're streaming the game.
Yeah.
So
right.
there's like input delay.
Oof. Yeah.
So you're like, and Kratos waits a second and then moves.
That hurts.
You'll hit a button and it'll be like a second and a half later he'll swing. So you're trying to like time button combos and it's like not possible.
That would give me a headache. That sucks.
Yeah.
You can still do that. You can still stream games as an option.
Yeah.
On like the new PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation Now is like dead, but it's just it got cannibalized into like the PlayStation catalog and yeah.
Man. All right, dude. So I totally accept a 9.5 out of 10. I like it. And this is just like the next day reaction too. So
yeah.
You still gotta stew on some stuff.
Still gotta see how I feel about certain things.
Review though, man. I mean, it's a great game.
They open the door for a potential third game.
Yeah.
Which would be absolutely sick. It
right.
would be sick. But it seems like it would have a more different tone than if they do like another one.
Interesting.
The way this one ends, it would be a different story than like how Jedi Survivor or Fallen Order was.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
Almost in a way like I'm trying to like think if I can say anything without really giving away any spoilers.
Up to you. Yep.
Just you asked me last time on the podcast if I thought that Cal was at a master's level.
Yeah.
And I was like unsure at the time. He is very much at a master's level. And the next game might have something to do with that. Perhaps.
I would love it.
So yeah.
I just want him to completely take over the Star Wars
I'm
cinematic
here
universe.
for it, man. Rewrite episodes 7 through 9. Just replace Rey with Cal.
Oh man, or just put Cal in there somewhere so he can pop up. It's like a complete re-release, but they just edit him into scenes and like somehow make it work.
You see Beatty.
It's Star Wars dubbed over.
Cal did the dub.
Cal did the dub, yeah.
Why was this uploaded at 3 a.m. and it only has one view?
Oh my god!
It's not a viral video.
We're petitioning. We are petitioning.
Give me like a Cal Kestis movie or like mini series or something.
I'd love to see.
Have him appear in something, please. He could technically appear in Dave Filoni's movie that he's making. Maybe.
Dave, listen to me. Listen to me, Dave.
Listen, I know that you have your own like array of characters that you've created that you're throwing into this movie. But please.
But hear me out.
Hear me out. You have to have Cal Kestis.
Just 2 words.
Cal Kestis.
You fucking did it. You got it. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Cool. So I'm excited to beat this game, man. I'm very excited. I'm going on vacation for 9 days, and I'm going to be away for 9 days, which is sad. But I'm going to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
He's
taking
going
the kids to Disney.
He's going.
And I might have to put a Cal attachment on it if it is a thing that exists.
I mean, you can get. I mean, they added Cal's lightsaber to that, I believe, because I remember they did like a whole.
Paul.
Yeah, it was like a whole event where they brought his actor there.
I remember that actually now.
And they like gave it to him.
Dude, that's fucking sick. Let's go.
He's such a king.
He is, man. All right. Let's talk about some other stuff. Some other little games. Pretty hype game coming up soon here is Diablo IV.
Yes.
So
good old action RPG.
Yeah. We had some slight history with Diablo.
Yeah.
I used to play forever ago. Not like religiously or anything. I played 2 on PC with one of my friends. Way
back
younger.
in the day.
Back in the day, like growing up. So it always was like in my head. It was like a staple in my memory.
Yeah.
And then 3 came out, and I kind of messed with it a little bit, but still wasn't into that game style as much around the time that it came out.
Yeah.
But then we have jumped into it over the past like 2 years and played a little bit, and I've really gotten back into Diablo, and we've even been playing through 2, the Resurrection.
Yeah, the remaster on PlayStation.
We've been hitting that shit as well because when this early access beta came out,
for Diablo 4, yeah,
it got me on the hype train.
Yeah,
because we got to like Act 3 of Diablo 3 last time we tried to do a playthrough, and it just kind of fell off. We didn't pick it back up.
We're just doing 70,000 damage and attack and just melting everything, and it just brain turned off. Yeah. Absolutely nobody was home. The lights were off.
Yeah. If anybody has played, Diablo 3, you know exactly what we're talking about. Once you start getting equipped with better gear,
it just kind of snowballs, man.
It's nuts. Like we had to kick the difficulty all the way up.
And we were still immediately just stomping.
Melting shit. Like there'll be 1 second where you look down and you're like, oh, I'm losing HP, and you run away for a second. I'm a necromancer,
and it's
right?
just back.
Yeah. And you get potions that recharge. You don't got to worry about
you don't
inventory.
have to inventory management that.
But the necromancer is such a leech.
You just get health.
Such a leech. In 3 especially when we're playing, I'm just like hitting circle and doing a curse mark that just leeches.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And when I hit triangle, I command my skeletons, and when they attack, I get health. Like it's dumb.
Everything just heals you.
It's dumb. Like I haven't died in a long time.
Yeah.
That's not to say that it's not fun, but it does get like very just turn your fucking brain off and
for sure.
We go this way. Oh, cool. Here's a boss fight. He's dead in 5 seconds.
He's dead. And we have explored this entire dungeon in about 25 seconds.
Kind of nuts.
So we started playing Diablo 2.
Yes.
And boy, is that a different experience.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I really like it.
Yeah. It very much is like that 90s like action RPG element to it.
For sure.
It feels like it saying when I say it feels like it came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't mean it in like a mean way.
Right.
I mean it as like the combat is like very tough.
It's tough. Yeah.
It has that like that style that is just emblematic, hard difficulty, inventory management.
Yes. Yep.
Like dice rolls for attacks.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can miss and
you can just sit there and go X, X, X.
And then your health is like It's rough, man. Not in a bad way.
No, it's just it's a very different game from Diablo 3.
I don't know, like I don't know if they were trying to just be like accessible straight like right off the bat.
I think that's what it was with Diablo 3. They wanted it to be way more open to an audience.
Right. which is fine.
Which, I mean, they've done it again with Diablo IV.
Yeah.
They've opened it up even because they're trying to make Diablo 4 like almost like an MMO.
What do you mean?
Like how, because you can see other players and shit.
Okay, right. Yeah.
And like when you're out in the fields fighting, you can come across other players that will like help you.
Which was cool. I did enjoy that about the beta. That was an interesting
factor. It just makes the world feel more full.
Yeah, for sure, man. Most definitely. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is about 3. Because like we picked it up again, and now we're on like
again, and then we stopped. We're on like Act 4 or something, and
we just beat like the second, one of the second.
Belial.
Yeah, one of the main antagonists.
Yeah, he like possessed the body of like a kid or something. It was like the Pope child or something like that.
Some Pope child.
Just like a small boy wearing a big hat.
Yeah, you know.
And it was like, oh, I am Belial. Well, we killed him, and then we're going up against Asphodel or something like that.
Is it Asphodel? He's the one he's just like talking shit.
He's the one that like we went to the snowy place, and he's just been shitting on us the entire time.
We're in the fortress. Yeah. We're in this like the snowy like fortress fighting him off, and he's like, "You fucking suck."
Every single time we defeat his enemies, we defeat his minions, and he's like, "Oh, if you think that will let you survive my attacks, then you are just fucking stupid."
Just mocking you the whole time. You're making progress.
And then you find him and you beat his fucking ass.
Into the fucking dirt, dude. Into the ground.
It's not even like a challenge at all.
Right back from whence you've came.
Press S to spit on grave.
Yeah, dude. We'll get through it. We will.
Yeah.
You know, we got some time to wait before 4 comes out.
And look, man, to be completely honest, like I pay attention to the lore of Diablo 2 a bit more.
Yes.
Man, when I say my brain is switched off when I play Diablo 3, it is switched off. The only thing I care about when I play Diablo 3 is hearing my witch doctor talk.
Dude, it's so good. He's the fucking
he's creepy. There's no way around it. The witch doctor is a creepy character.
Man, when he's summoning like raining frogs, he does this like convulsing dance.
And
insane.
He's got the frogs. He's got like a big colossal creepy like zombie that I can summon. I've got my big frog that I can summon.
Big boy.
Your ass is about to get swallowed whole.
Your whole entire ass
swallowed. And then you get spat back out.
Yeah, dude. Don't fuck with me.
Don't.
You're on your Naruto shit, dude. Your fucking Toad Sage.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So 3 is fun, and we'll beat it. But I'm really having fun with 2.
Yes.
There's just something about it. It's the difficulty. We really have to work as a team.
Yeah, very much so.
A lot more. They force that on you for sure. Like we were just going through the worst fucking dungeon I've ever been in.
And it was like you can't. It's only 1 person wide tunnels.
It's like worm tunnels, right? Like it looks like giant maggots. It's like the maggot layer or whatever.
So we're having to like single file order our way down, and it's like
bad.
So there's 3 of us. And then there's each of us have a mercenary that we've hired to accompany us. So that's 6 people. And then I have 3 skeleton warriors, 3 skeleton mages, and my blood golem.
Yeah. And there's just not
there's like
not
7.
a way to get the army up front. There's not a way to
we have like 13 people at our disposal at any given time, and when you're in these narrow ass tunnels,
they don't let you walk through each other.
No, and dude, it's fucked. If you're stuck at the front and you start to see your health bar tank, and then you're just like, I'm
dead.
I'm dead because I can't back up.
And then as we're trying to back up, and
then
we're tripping on our mercenaries.
Yep, you get caught on other people, and then like the mercenaries don't automatically move, so it's like
smacking your ass as you're trying to
run
away.
And we're all dead, and then we have to go back
Is that where we're still at?
No, I think we finished. We finished that because we got the shaft.
We did. We got the shaft.
We're building a staff, and we got the shaft.
Most important part.
It is. It really is the most important part.
You need the shaft.
You can't ignore it.
God damn it. All right. So what's fucking fantastic about Diablo 4 is that it feels like the culmination. Also, I haven't even fucking looked at Diablo 1. I have no clue. I don't know jack shit about that game.
They never remastered it.
And the results and what leads into Diablo 2. Which I do like Diablo 2's presence, like with the Wanderer.
Yeah, you know? the mysterious like Wanderer.
Going insane. He's like possessed.
Or they call him the Dark Wanderer, yeah.
And he's like the protagonist from the first, which is sick.
Yeah, he's the guy.
There's just no way I can play Diablo 1, so I'm not even going to try.
No.
But as I was saying, Diablo 4 really feels like the culmination of 2 and 3 in the best way possible.
Yeah. Mixing like the accessibility of Diablo 3 with like the combats and skill points, like level up systems and shit of Diablo 2.
And it feels more like Diablo 2 in its like visual style.
Yeah, the visual style of Diablo 3 is pretty different compared to the rest of the series.
Yeah. You know what was fucking amazing? Me and my wife play couch co-op. I mean, we set her up on the PS4 when we play 2 because 2 does not have couch co-op, so we play online sometimes. But for 3, it's always couch co-op. And you cannot open your menus at the same time.
I remember that was an absolute travesty when I would play.
It takes 2.5 minutes to level up, and that's being generous.
Yeah, because you're
without
having to,
like browsing. You're trying to form your.
You level up, and you get like 3 abilities that you unlock, so you have to go look at each one. And...
Yeah, and then you're like, wait, my inventory is full. What do I have? Do I want to put some shit on? Do we got to go back to town? Fuck that. It took so long.
It's fucked, man.
I'm just impatient. And 4 made the fantastic choice of giving you each your own separate menu.
You can actually look in the menu.
Oh my God. It was like, and it felt so good because I'm an impatient bastard. And I just
the chains have been let
the
go.
Chains. Like,
they've been broken.
I can take my time and look at my skill tree and, we're not feeling
and you don't have to worry about,
It's just like, come on, man. They did good on us.
It's very nice.
Love the classes. Love the customization. You get to actually like make your character up a little bit, which is sick.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, my necromancer looked badass, dude.
Yeah.
The body paint and like the tattoos. Oh, so fucking cool.
It's just I'm really looking forward to Diablo 4.
Yeah. You're gonna play the I'm gonna play. We're going to play the beta again when it comes out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to.
The server slam. That's what they're calling it.
Yep. Try and see what the other classes are looking like. I played as I was a sorcerer. Sorry,
I was the necromancer.
But I looked like a scary motherfucker. I didn't look like
the sorcerer in Diablo 4 is creepy.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. You were the necromancer. I played sorcerer, and my wife played the druid, which was a really cool character.
Turned into a werebear.
Yeah, dude. That shit was sick.
Very cool.
And also, speaking of like how like the mechanics of the game work, like leveling up is similar to Diablo 2.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, because you get, instead of Diablo 3 where it's just like, hey, you're permanently getting each stat or like each skill unlocked.
Yeah.
But it just, you have to get to the certain level to unlock it.
Right.
Diablo 2 is like, hey, you get a skill point. Put it into something. Once you spend 5 skills or 5 skill points, you gain access to this next branch. And then once you spend 5 more skill points, you get access to the next branch.
So it's kind of crazy, but like it's just giving you a lot of options up front.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Lets you kind of pick what you want. Yeah.
Yeah. which I like that. I feel like with 3, they were trying to be more linear about it and trying to guide your hand a little bit, not give you too much at once,
Yeah.
which is cool. But I like this flexibility. You know, I was like, do I want to go fire? What elements do I want to utilize?
Exactly, yeah. It works super well. Yeah, I had to decide if I wanted to like spec heavy into like my skeletons,
Yeah.
or if I wanted to go into like, because there was an entire branch that I didn't even fuck with when I was doing my level ups of skills.
Okay. Yeah.
That's like curses,
Oh,
like
sick. Yeah.
debuffs that you can put on the enemy or buffs that you can apply to the allies or something
Yeah.
like that. And I just didn't even fuck with that at all. I just went straight on into like
Damage, army,
like damage, poisoning enemies, throwing bone
Nice.
spear.
Yeah.
The tried but true classic bone spear.
Yes, sir.
It was fun, and I'm excited. Like, and it allows for more. It invites more replayability. I feel like
Yeah.
having the skills not just be permanently unlocked as you go.
Right. You could play the same class if you wanted to on this beta and just go a completely different route.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could be a curse guy.
Yeah.
But like, I guess what I'm saying is like in Diablo 3, I don't really have that incentive to like make a new character.
I feel
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I can just, if I want to try something different, I just use the character that I'm playing as, and I just change whatever my active skills are.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Whereas in Diablo 2 and in Diablo 4, if you want to do that, you have to make a new character.
Yeah. Right.
Or you have to like respec.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I don't
remember looking at like what it takes to respec.
In Diablo 4, it costs gold.
It costs gold. Okay, gotcha. Like you can,
which they make it easier to do in Diablo 4 as well, which is nice because you can, if say you don't like how corpse wall is working or something like
corpse wall. That's nuts.
you can just refund the skill point and put it into something else.
Right. Okay. And that's super helpful too. I enjoy that.
Oh yeah, I was using blood balls. That's what I was doing a lot in the first when I played as a necromancer.
Blood balls. What do they do?
They would just you hurt the enemy with them, and it makes like it gives them your blood, gives you their blood, and like heals you.
That's what I'm talking about.
And it like has a chance to create these like pools on the ground where if you walk into them, it's blood and it heals you.
Dude, something about dealing damage and healing at the same time.
It's nice.
That's just all you need, man. That's all you fucking need.
The monk in Diablo 3 had an ability that was like you could just gain HP every time you did like a basic attack.
Okay, gotcha.
So you're just doing damage and watching your health bar go like...
That's some Bloodborne shit, dude. Because it's like
rallying.
Get up in there and be persistent and aggressive, and you'll get rewarded.
Exactly.
That's cool.
We love Bloodborne.
Oh,
by the way,
so good. Play Bloodborne, dude.
Play Bloodborne, even if you have to play it on a PS4.
Yeah.
And deal with, a little bit of frame rate issues. It's great. I love Bloodborne.
FromSoft fans are like rallying for like they're like update Bloodborne.
Give us a Bloodborne remaster, and Miyazaki is like, no. Cast it into the fire.
Oh no.
No.
Meanwhile, there's like indie, independent developers creating Bloodborne cart. Like
there's like a Bloodborne demake. Have you ever heard of like a demake?
Yeah, it's like what the first
they make it like
encounter or something.
Yeah, up to like Cleric Beast, I think.
That's super cool.
And it
like PS1 graphics.
It's turned down into like PS1 style.
There's something just fun about that. I really enjoy that. It's cool that they take the time to like.
Yeah, it just shows that like there's a community here for it.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Like there's people just doing this shit on their own.
I remember all the fake Bloodborne cart leaks.
Yeah,
that shit was always so funny to see.
There's just constant like Bloodborne 2 memes.
Tonight, Gehrman joins the race.
Oh my god!
Him on his wheelchair.
Oh my god! Like a rocket boost. Fucking the man, the old hunter. Well, any closing thoughts on any of the Diablo games?
I've never played Diablo 1, so I don't really have too much to think about that one. But I mean, I'm really enjoying Diablo 2. It has that 90s aesthetic and vibe to it that just kind of works for me. Kind of makes me think of like it's not the same, but it kind of makes me think of like the OG Fallout games.
Okay, yeah.
Cuz the OG Fallout games were like isometric.
Yeah.
In that kind of top-down style that Diablo is in.
Right, yeah.
It's just the Fallout games are like turn-based combat.
Yeah, the classics.
As opposed to
1 and 2.
Yeah, which is still great.
Yeah.
But like they very much have like that 90s aesthetic and vibe to it.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Diablo 3 is, like I said, man, I love Diablo 3, but it's
just kind of an for you, or
kind of it's like it's the perfect. I'm telling you, it's the perfect. Just turn your brain
don't
off.
Want to think.
Yeah, just turn your brain off. Deal 70,000 damage to every enemy that you see.
That's exactly how I feel about it. It's like I would give it like maybe a 5 out of 10.
I was gonna say I was thinking like 6, and that was generous.
Yeah. A 2 I would probably give a 7 or an 8.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. And this is, we haven't beat it, so it's more of like a hype scale, I guess you would say.
Yeah,
We're doing a hype scale rating.
This is a hype scale.
And 4, I'm fucking really excited for. I'd be like a 9.
Hyped. We're hyped.
I'm super hyped for Diablo 4.
Yeah.
Really excited to see where the story goes. It looks beautiful. It's just such a good look. They perfected, what they've been building on in the first few games.
Yeah.
The first encounter, like the first area, this snowy,
the little town area that you're in, and like the
very beginning
like
is nuts.
Prologue shit.
Oh, the cinematic shit.
The cinematics look really, really good.
Diablo has always had. I think they've like been a staple. It's Blizzard. It's like a staple for having these crazy
good
cinematic cutscenes. And 4's opening just had me like mouth open. I was like, let's go. This lore is really cool.
The way Lilith shows up.
Oh my God. Crazy.
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry.
Sorry. Really excited to see where the story goes for that. So
absolutely.
We'll see how our next little playthrough goes with the beta.
Oh yeah. I'm sure we'll let you guys know how it went.
For sure. All right, man. I got one more game that I want to talk about.
Hit me with it.
We talked about it a little bit last episode, previewed it a bit. I want to talk about the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Go off.
Holy shit, man. This was like one of the staple games of my childhood. PlayStation 2, playing through Resident Evil 4.
Oh, yeah.
Which, kind of crazy, Resident Evil 4 came out on the GameCube first.
Yeah. It did.
I didn't know that because I like growing up, I played it on my PS2. I went to my buddy's house, Christian's house. He had it on the GameCube. I was like, what in the fuck?
Yeah, man. It came out on the GameCube first, and then it came out on PS2.
That is like so wacky to me, dude.
Thank you, Nintendo.
I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't know what happened within the like development hell that the game went through.
Yeah.
That it just Nintendo is the one that pumped it out. That's so crazy. But that original game, man, Resident Evil 4.
It's classic. It's like a staple of a generation, I feel like.
For sure, dude.
It redefined like horror and like the action genre as a whole.
Most definitely. And I think that there's just a huge cult following for 4. Just Resident Evil 4. I love Resident Evil. I like all the games that I've played. I haven't played every single one of them. There's a lot of Resident Evil games.
There are a lot. There are some like ones that are on the Wii that are
DS.
Just like... There's DS ones. There's ones on the Wii that are just straight up like rail shooters.
Yes, and I played that shit. Wild.
Like the Umbrella Chronicles or whatever.
Yep.
Aye.
Craziness.
And then there's like Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil Code Veronica, Resident Evil
Breakout.
3, Resident Evil Breakout
2,
Operation Raccoon City.
Yeah. It's a lot, man. So you really got to find you got to find what your style is, or you can experiment.
Resident Evil Revelations, Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Those are like the 3DS ones, I think.
Yeah.
Crazy, dude. Just kind of nuts. They really do just be like, let's put out a 3DS game.
They did it too, and then they
That's what the market called for at the time.
Then they ported it over to consoles.
Oh, did
to
they?
like regular
Revelations?
consoles. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I've heard it's pretty good actually.
Really? I know the story premise was
like Resident Evil, like Revelations 2. I think I heard was pretty decent. Like the story was pretty good to it at least.
Gotcha.
That one is like about Claire.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I think it also has like Barry. He reappears.
Barry?
Yeah, he's from like Resident Evil.
Nemesis.
Yeah, Barry survives. I think.
What?
I don't think Barry gets killed by Nemesis. Does he?
Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else that gets tentacled.
The dude that
pretty early in the game.
The dude that Jill meets up with at the beginning of the game
of
Resident Evil 3 is not Barry.
Okay.
That's like he's like the pilot from Resident Evil 1. Like the dude that like gets them out.
Gotcha. Okay.
He meets up with Jill and is like, I'm freaking out. I think they're coming for me. And then he gets fucking impaled by Nemesis.
Stars.
Yeah. Because he was a Stars member.
Nemesis was actually the first.
That was like your first
staple for me. Like the first that I remember playing. Never beat it when I was younger. But I remember being Jill Valentine.
Oh yeah.
Running away from
back in the era
Nemesis.
The era of hot girl protagonists.
Yeah. Resident Evil was like a serious advocate for that.
Resident Evil, OG Tomb Raider.
Yep. Dude, I played the first bit of Resident Evil 2 on the N64.
It's insane to think about.
Day. Right? It was unplayable. I couldn't do it at all. I was like, just that game on the Nintendo controller at all. Like, just
on a 64 controller.
Like, how does this work? When the dogs got there, it's just done.
God,
done.
Dude.
Can't play this game.
Unreal.
But 4, it just redefined the series, and that was great.
Absolutely.
That was great for a lot of people, especially like my generation coming up.
Yeah.
And then there was the other half that was like, this isn't even Resident Evil.
It's way too campy. Why is Leon doing backflips and knife fighting Krauser?
Because he's a fucking baller, dude.
Where'd everybody go? Bingo night?
My God. I loved it, you know? That's what I loved about Leon straight out the game. He kicked ass. He's this over-the-top agent, but you're still in this crazy horror situation.
Like nothing that he could be prepared for.
No.
They shifted from like
normal, just like zombies.
Normal zombies to
I mean, they've always dealt with mutations and these giant, but this is like this is a parasitic infection.
And it's also like it's moved on from just like, because the Stars team are just they're just cops basically. They're like they're like super cops, like a SWAT team kind of.
Yeah,
but they're just cops. Like Resident Evil 1 and 2, while like being pretty crazy scale in terms of like it's a whole ass city that falls to this infection. Yeah, it's just a cop dealing with it. Right. Whereas, like, Resident Evil 4, Leon is a special agent at this point. He's gone through a lot of, like, specialized training. I would argue even more so, like, he has more training than, like, Chris Redfield at that point.
He was, like, they definitely, even in the remake, they even go in more on this, actually. Yeah. It's interesting because in the remake, Leon it's more painted that he's forced into the service after
like
being
he survives Raccoon City and they're like, cool, now you work for the government.
You're going to go through the harshest, the most intense training that we can put on you because we know that you did this and we know you're capable if we ever need you again. He's basically a pawn. Yeah. And it shows that kind of darker, like brooding
how it feels for him.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But then you get like him in the field. He's just a hero, you know? He's there to fucking help.
Saving the girl.
That's all that's on Leon's brain, dude, you know? It's all he can do at this point is just help and do his best.
He's such a good boy.
And quip on motherfuckers while he's doing it.
Quip. We out here. Dude, when he shoots the head off of a dude, and because I've watched you play it, but when he shoots a dude's head off and the huge tentacle thing comes out, and Leon just goes, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah. So good. And I remember listening to like the team talking about writing. They're like, we want the camp there, but we want it to also
like feel natural,
and just like, how would somebody like seriously respond to this? Yes, he's seen zombies before, but how would somebody respond to this?
It makes me think
and
of
Leon
how
says, "Twisty son of a bitch."
Yep.
When the thing sprouts
It
up.
kind of makes me think about how Ethan is in like Resident Evil 7 and 8.
Yeah.
How like they made him kind of react. Because like in Resident Evil 7, he like is pretty spooked by everything that's happening to him.
Yeah.
But he also just kind of like, it kind of rolls off of him.
Yes.
And then by the time of Resident Evil 8,
yeah,
he's like quipping.
Yeah. Yep.
At people.
It's like that Survivor thing.
Like him and Lady D.
It's the Bruce Campbell effect.
Yeah. Dude,
By Army of Darkness.
When he falls down when in Resident Evil 8, when Ethan falls down the castle to the basement.
Yeah.
And he like shouts up at Lady D and he's like, "Fuck you, you crazy bitch."
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that sounds like that's
I liked Ethan Winters in 8 a lot.
Yeah.
That's where he really was able to shine. I feel
become more of a character.
Yeah. 7 was just like, "Where's my wife?"
Are you going to do a replay of Resident Evil 8 with the third person mode on?
I don't know. I think the first person mode is what had me shaking in my boots at some point.
I think so too.
That's for those games, they were designed with that in hand.
Absolutely.
And the horror just strikes a lot more.
Dude, Resident Evil...
I could not put a pair of VR goggles.
I was going to say, they made those ones for VR.
Ain't no fucking way I'd be shitting my little drawers.
Insanity. That's just spooky.
8 is like literally, we've talked about it before. It's like you're going through different haunted houses. It's like different horror experiences in every area.
Each boss you go up against has their own kind of genre of horror that they're going for.
It was so creative. 8 was super fun for me.
Yeah, no, I really,
like
really enjoyed
for some
it.
people, perhaps.
I think some people just wanted it to be like Resident Evil 7 again.
Yeah.
Where it was like...
I felt like
purely horror.
Yeah, instead of having the action horror segment and the survival horror segment.
Yeah.
I liked the mix up. I thought it was creative. I liked the artistic direction a lot.
Yeah. I really enjoyed Resident Evil 8 a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. And Resident Evil 8 gives a lot of like spiritual nods and callbacks to Resident Evil 4.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, when you see Village, I saw that title and I was like, this is going to give me the vibes.
Well, and then they let you play the demo.
Yes.
And you get to explore the village. And it's like, and then you get into a segment where like, hey, there's a bunch of people attacking you.
Yeah.
And it straight up gives you Resident Evil 4 like chainsaw vibes when you first get to the village and you get attacked by everybody.
It's wolf men, dude.
But they're werewolves this time.
And then you got the big boy starts coming at you.
Yeah. It just immediately made me think. Vibes. But they've done, to be fair though, they have done that. I think the only one they haven't really done that for recently is like
7.
Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
Because they do...
Starting with 4.
I was going to say, Resident Evil 4 has that.
I hated 5's iteration.
Resident Evil 5 has it with the double... I think it's like 2 chainsaw men or something like that.
I can't remember if it's chainsaw. I think they have hammers or something. But they're big motherfuckers and they're quick.
Mm-hmm.
Shit sucks.
And you're like running... But you have like that one... There's one building.
You start in that one building and you got to get out that bitch.
Yeah.
And start... And fuck off because you'll die.
Yeah.
You can't get pinned in there.
And then you have Sheva. She's like, Leon. No.
Leon comes on scene immediately. He like does a fucking.
But she gets hurt, and then it's like,
chopper.
And then you had she gets hurt, and then you have to fucking use your damn like green herbs to heal her. Because if you don't heal her, you get a fucking game over.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That was like. They made Resident Evil 5, and they were like, Resident Evil 4, man, we had Ashley.
They made us do that to Ashley, too, though.
They were like, oh, man, we got Ashley. You know, you got to protect her. What if we elevated that to the next step and gave her a gun.
Yeah, and it's the whole game.
But then they were like, but what if you could also play as her?
Yeah.
And that part works.
Yeah.
If you're doing it as a co-op game, then it's fine. But
oh yeah,
God, I fucking hate playing Resident Evil 5 by myself.
Never have. I always played it co-op.
AI is just not good.
Because I just didn't want it. I was too stressed out back in the day playing it by myself.
Dude, I used to play Resident Evil 5 with randoms.
Because I feel like there's so many enemies since you've got 2 people. Like they really load you up in that game.
Very much so. You get like a assault rifle pretty quick on, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can mow down hordes.
Definitely more action heavy. I mean 4 has
set pieces.
4 is action heavy, considering its predecessors. You know.
But 4 was also like the one that started that trend.
Exactly. But there were some things about 4 that still made it more difficult when it first came out, as in still having to stand in one goddamn spot and shoot and then go run back and repoint. That shit sucked. So like 4,
that was like the last remnants of like the OG Resident Evils bleeding through.
And then 5 came out and they were like, okay, you can do this.
I don't think they added aiming while moving. I don't think that was in Resident Evil 5 either.
Are you for real?
I think they added that in 6.
Damn. And then nobody liked 6 when it came out.
Yeah.
Really.
They were like, this is too many things.
I never beat it. There's just a lot going on in 6, man.
They put like 3 whole campaigns in it.
Yep.
You have to beat it's like it's kind of like Dream Drop, or not Dream Drop Distance. It's kind of like Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
In a way.
Well, the 3 campaigns you play through? Yeah.
And then once you beat all 3 campaigns, you get like a final chapter thing.
Okay. So that's kind of how 6
Once
works.
you beat all 3 Resident Evil 6 campaigns, you get an Ada Wong campaign.
Oh, dude, that's sick. One thing that is currently missing from Resident Evil 4 is the Ada Wong
like DLC
that it was just like it was like another thing. When you beat the game, you got it originally in the 4th one.
Yeah.
So we don't have that. I'm looking forward to it.
I saw they added the Mercenaries mode.
Yes. I still haven't played it yet. I beat the game. I was like, I'm going to wait to beat it before I play. And then I beat the game, and I've been playing Jedi.
Immediately jumped into Jedi. Yeah.
I do want to play Mercenaries mode, though, because it's fun as fuck. It's really fun. Just put you in those areas and just survive. Mm-hmm. See how high you can get your score. But yeah, dude. So
what would you give Resident Evil 4?
The remake?
Like the remake.
I have beat it, so I think I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Is it your current game of the year?
Resident Evil 4?
Yeah, like the remake.
I don't know. It's gonna be hard with Jedi Survivor.
That's
going
fair.
Up against it, like I love Resident Evil, but I love them both.
Do you think it's a contender?
I think it could be. To me, like I don't know if like
how would you feel about that if there was like a remake one game of the year?
I don't know, man. Has that ever happened?
I don't think so.
I mean, it does. It defines itself as its own game. It really does.
It's true. They kind of twist things around a little bit.
I loved everything they did in the game except for Ramon's design.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I didn't really like.
Didn't like how he got changed.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it fits his character, but there's just something about I just didn't like the fucker. I just didn't like him.
Yeah.
He was more of like a bratty kid in the original.
In the OG.
Not saying I wanted him to be like a bratty child, but he just was like a way more bigwig.
Well, yeah, I think it was like he looked like he was like inbred or something in the OG.
Yeah.
Like he looked like he was a kid, but he looked like he was like a kid because of something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Something weird because he definitely acted like he's like on some Joffrey shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like a torturous little fucker.
But then he's revealed in the remake, and he's wearing like a white, like old timey Victorian
powdered wig.
Yeah.
He's got the makeup on.
Mm-hmm. He's looking
instead of being like
he looks like a doll.
Pale, he does. So I wasn't super into it. I like his character was still good, the way he's shit talking you while you're busting through the castle, but. No, it was great, man. There's only a few set pieces that weren't included. There's one boss fight that wasn't included that I was stressed to get to, so I wasn't too mad that it wasn't there. Because I honestly hated the portion. in the original game. There's like you're on this cage hanging over a cliff, this cage section, and you're being chased by this boss figure, and you have to like hit buttons and wait for the door to open and then run to another section, or you'll fall. The whole thing will fall. So it's just like they didn't include a couple of things like that, but I think the level design was fucking incredible. They made it scary. I wasn't as scared playing Resident Evil 4 originally because it was, I mean, it's an older game. It's so bright.
Yeah, that's true.
There's dark portions and stuff, but like
Resident Evil 4,
really,
it spooked me when I was a kid.
Well, me too. Yeah, when you see fucking Salvador, the chainsaw guy.
Oh yeah.
Just like cut Leon's head off.
Yeah.
You're like, oh it's horrific.
Man, I'm like 9 years old.
Yeah. This is heavy. But I fucking loved it. All the new mechanics they brought in, all the old things that they kept, the suitcase, carrying everything in your briefcase
was awesome.
They nailed the merchant. What
are you buying?
That's a hard thing. He was so classic for whatever reason. I think you just love the merchant.
He's this, emblematic of the game as well.
He's just your man. Yeah. And they fucking killed it. I love the new weapons. They introduced the bolt thrower.
Yeah,
they introduced crafting.
That was sick.
You can craft your bolts.
Explosive bolts.
Yeah. So new ways to play the game. It's a whole new experience. New added story that makes things make more sense. Though a lot of it is through like reading. I mean, there's new dialogue, of course.
Yeah.
Where they will mention things, but there's a lot of documents and things that you find sprawn throughout the game that just tell you what happened in this village.
Yeah. Resident Evil's like that, man. I remember Resident Evil 8 had a lot of exposition.
For sure.
Through text like that too.
And they definitely held on to that when remaking these games, I think. Because 4 was just like, you're in this village, you can like put 1 and 2 together that Sadler has infected everybody with his cult. But you don't get backstory about characters like Luis and Krauser. Why is Krauser a fucking psycho?
Yeah. He just shows up and is a psycho.
Yeah, rookie, you little motherfucker.
And then you get into a knife fight with him.
Dude, Krauser's shit, he
got a boss fight.
He got the first off, there's no QuickTime events.
It's not just a cutscene.
Which no QuickTime events led to the parry system, which is a fucking phenomenal mechanic in this game. I love the parry system.
Loves his parries.
Oh, so cool. Is it dumb that you can parry a chainsaw? Kinda. Is it cool because it's Resident Evil?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's Leon Kennedy.
Bro, Leon Kennedy keeps belly to back suplexing people.
Boom! Left and right, dude. It's wild. I love it.
Phenomenal.
It was great. I love the story. I love the new characters. Ashley is an actual fucking person.
Yeah.
She's not
just Leon.
Leon. You still get it, but it's like, it's great. And the interactions between Leon and Ashley are so fucking awesome.
I love them.
They're really making them feel like more human together. And I am just fucking here for that because I did not like Ashley in the original. I just felt more of a nuisance. They really make you care about her in this one. Yeah. They make you care about the end game. You know what I mean? Super fucking great game. 9 out of 10 for me.
Hey.
And I am very excited to play through again with my new outfits and new weapons.
Got new fits.
So check it out, man. If you were a fan of the original and you've been on the fence about it, dive the fuck
Definitely.
in. So worth it. They just absolutely nailed it. I loved it. I can't wait for you to play through the whole thing. I loved watching. I would just let Andrew loose in a random set piece.
Yeah, he was just the one time he was like, "Here, you
come over and have
a few
play? Drinks, and I'll just throw the controller at him."
He gives me the controller, and I walk like 2 steps forward into a cutscene.
And I was like, "Oh no!"
He's like, "Oh shit, you're at this part. Oh, this is a really hard part." And then like 15 guys come out,
the shields.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I was just like, shotgun, blap,
bam. Bam. Dude, you were hitting that rifle hard.
Dude, I was kind of cracked.
Scope,
I was kind of cracked with the rifle.
He jacked in. That was rough, dude, because you got to protect Ashley while she's trying to do shit. While there's 4 dudes with flails on your ass.
On your ass while there's a dude chasing Ashley.
those first two areas are my favorite. The village, the lake, and the village and the lake I kind of count together. But then in the castle, my favorite. I love those areas. I like the island stuff too, but definitely the castle.
That's like kind of, where it drops off a touch is the island stuff.
Yeah, for sure. It's just like super different. We're not in the village anymore.
Yeah.
But it still works.
It's very much your like third act Resident Evil.
Yeah.
You're no longer like shit is just off the rails.
Yeah, for sure.
I think of like Resident Evil 7 where it's like it starts out and you're in this house and then you go into like the house that's in the yard and then you're in like the swamp on a boat. And then it's like, oh yeah, now you're in like mines. You're in a mine.
In the military ship.
Yeah. And
that's where you learn the real shit. I was like, dude, the game is over. When you're getting in Resident Evil 7, when you get on the boat, I was like, this is it.
Like we saved Mia.
Hell no, dude. Nope. Still need more answers.
Ship flips upside down.
Yeah. Ooh. Good game, man. Good game.
Yeah, Resident Evil 7 was good.
Resident Evil is just good.
Resident Evil is a good franchise.
A fucking awesome franchise, and I have loved what they're coming out with. A lot of people really want a Code Veronica remake soon. Like over perhaps like
a RE5 make?
Yeah. Which RE5's a thing. It's literally just fun co-op.
I wonder if they do an RE5 remake, if they would like still incorporate the co-op element to it, and or if they would try and narrow it, limit it down to where
mostly Chris.
Yeah, and she's not gonna like get in the way a whole lot because like they revamped Ashley.
Yeah. But you don't have to heal Ashley in the remake. You just like she'll get hit and downed. You gotta pick her up.
Yeah.
And there's friendly fire, but other than that, it's like I'm not using so many of my fucking resources to take care of somebody else. It can be rough. It's challenging. But I do love, you get Wesker stuff and like the story involving like isn't Jill's in it, right? Or is it
in 5? In 5, it's Jill.
It's Jill is in it, and you're getting Wesker stuff. I like that, those elements of the story.
Because Claire and Chris have like not seen each other in like a main title in like a long time.
Yeah.
I think they see each other in like some of the other games.
Yeah.
Okay. Like the ones that aren't like Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right.
Some of the lesser known titles.
But yeah, it's like Jill is in Resident Evil 5 and she's, dude, that flashback of you and Chris going to fight or you and Jill going to fight Wesker as he's like confronting Spencer.
Yeah.
Dude, that scene goes hard.
You get a Wesker end credits scene in 4.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just a little teensy bit. It's good. It's good.
So then maybe they will do a 5 remake sooner.
They might be able to improve on its shortcomings.
Who knows?
That's
man.
what every single one has done.
As long as Chris motherfucking Redfield punches a boulder, they can do whatever they want.
Everybody like review bombs it. They're like, he didn't punch the rock.
Dude, and they would too. They would review bomb it. That's the thing.
God, dude.
I have 2 stipulations, and they both revolve around the end of the game. You keep the boulder punch, and you keep the double RPG.
Oh my God.
How do you? We've already used an RPG in like at the end of every single game. How do we top it?
Fucking
2.
My God. You remember when Wesker just catches the RPG? That shit sucks.
Yeah. My man is like in lava.
He's like fucking...
You fight him like in a volcano.
It's nuts. It's bonkers. That's the only way you were going to kill him too.
Yeah.
Magma.
Yeah. Burn his ass and then blow his ass up.
Cast him into the fire.
No.
Wesker be like, no.
No.
Oh shit!
Cast
man.
yourself in. Did Chris Redfield be like, fool of a Wesker?
Full of a
Throw
Wesker.
yourself in next time.
Throw yourself in next time. Oh Jesus! I love it. All right, man. That's what we got for
That's
today.
what we got.
Let us know what you guys are playing. Hit us up. Let's hear about it. Did you play the Diablo beta? I want to know about that. Maybe we can meet up.
Bro, we could play.
Come on, dude. We can do some events together. They happen out in the plains,
Yeah.
dude.
Those are pretty cool.
It's actually something we didn't talk about. Those are sick.
Those are pretty fun.
Keeps the world alive and open. Okay, we're done talking for sure.
Okay. Love you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening to the Storyworks podcast. I am Zach Osen.
I'm Andrew Hall.
Until next time.
Sayonara.